The UFC Apex as we get ready for UFC again this weekend. We were just talking softball, so now I'm going to throw you that underhand lob.
Okay, is that a bad thing in softball? Okay.
No, that means it's your turn.
Is that easy? I don't know what that means.
Yeah, this is the easy,
we don't
layup.
Okay, we don't play that sport.
I have played that sport, and I don't know what that means. Obviously, I wasn't too good at it.
Softball's like, here's the pitch. So
no, I know softball. I used to play it in school, like a few games. We played softball back in South Africa.
Okay.
I wasn't really good at it. I'm more of a contact sport kind of guy. Hence the career.
You need to play on my softball team.
Oh.
My softball team, I'm in the Guinness Book of Records for softball, blah, blah, blah.
What?
The longest game ever played. But we've had more bench clearing brawls in softball than probably any softball team in the history.
That sounds amazing.
Yeah,
that sounds like my kind of softball.
We had an NFL running back on our team, and the other team wanted to fight him just to try to prove a point, which was the wrong point to prove.
Well, I get both sides.
Yeah, yes. All right, now you got to do your job. Let's go.
Okay, so our next guest has one of those names that most of the MMA media world runs from and fails to pronounce correctly. So Randy's going to try first, and then I'm hopefully going to correct him.
Dricus Du Plessis.
Okay, I'm going to go with Dricus Du Plessis.
Okay, that was perfect.
There we go.
He's from Scotland.
There we go.
I mean,
that was perfect.
So
I have to say, you said MMA media, American MMA media.
Oh, okay, sorry, my bad.
Eastern European gets it perfect. Even the British media gets it good.
We have a big South African community.
The British media gets it quite good.
So how bad was it? How bad did it go? It was terrible. Good.
Like,
at least I'm consistent.
The surname wasn't that bad because it's French, so a lot of people can say, oh, okay, the S is silent, so it's Du Plessis.
Yeah.
But the name, Dricus.
Yeah.
I got that right.
Yeah, it's Dricus.
Okay.
Dricus.
Yeah.
I'm moving to South Africa then,
Dricus.
and I'll try to learn better.
I used to live down in Cape Town, so many years ago with a crazy lady, and I miss it. I miss her every day of my life. But
Cape Town or the lady?
Both.
What's a touching?
Both.
I tend to know somebody else in his life, so I'm not touching that. I'm not saying anything.
Yeah, the wife doesn't listen to this, so don't worry about it. It's fine.
So just the start of fight week. What's fight week like for you?
Fight week, I always say the week before fight week is the worst week for me because the week before fight week is, I'm always in limbo because you can't train too hard, you can't really put in that effort because all the hard work's done, you don't want to pick up an injury, so you're already fit, already ready to fight. Now it's just about making the weight and getting safe to the fight. So you do your session, but it's not as intense, you do your sessions, but it's not as long, you don't have 2 or 3 sessions, only 1, maybe 2 light ones a day, and you're still eating basically just to make the weight. So that's almost like a hurry up and wait week, where fight week is filled with media, it's water loading, it's there's obligations, and that makes it, it takes time away, and it's fun because like in a couple of days we're doing this. The week before fight week, you're still quite far out. So fight week for me, it's about peaking, doing my 1 session a day, making sure we get all the water in we need to, make sure we do the water loading and water cutting processes right, and taking care of media, and enjoying it along the way, because that's the important part. It doesn't help. It's a miserable experience fight week, I have to tell you that, because you have to cut weight in all.
I'm not familiar with that term, just so you know.
So fight week meaning
cut weight.
No, cutting weight. So sorry. Like you can see, brain energy gone. So cutting weight, cutting weight meaning like we have to at least, I walk around and normally maybe 218 pounds, where I fight at 185 pounds. Yeah. So, I mean, in the 8 weeks leading up to the fight, you have to drop that weight, and then the last weeks when we do our big water loads, you're loading up with water and then cutting all that water to make the weight, and then rehydrating. So that's a whole system that's, you can't really eat. You eat, but there's no salts, no sodium. So it's a miserable experience. That's it for every single fighter. But you have to find the good in it. You have to enjoy these media interviews. You have to enjoy people wanting to know about it. Yeah. And that's what I do to enjoy the miserable fight week.
Well, not probably. I would be an awful fighter, but I don't want to do it because I'm not cutting weight.
There's so many people like, no, I'm
Is
not doing it.
that the only reason?
You get a lot of people that's just like, oh,
So
I'm definitely, you can punch me fine. Cutting, no, I'm not cutting weight. No way.
So Sunday after the fight, what are you eating? What are you looking to? Well, what's the one thing you're just thinking, I cannot wait?
Oh well, so it's almost like every fight, like camp for the 2 months leading up, 8 weeks leading up to the fight. That's when you start cutting all cheat meals, all those kind of stuff. Everything has to be perfect. Then you start craving little by little. Every day you're like, ah, and it's the weirdest thing, like something you wouldn't usually eat. But I've always craved pizza, but a good pizza.
Right.
Always, like that's one thing, because I'm not even outside of camp, I don't have a sweet tooth at all.
Yeah.
I don't eat a lot of junk food. I'm not a fan of that. I like whole foods as a whole. It's like always. But then you get this urge for something random, whether it's a grilled cheese, whether it's like something weird. Like, why am I craving that so much?
Yeah.
And this fight camp, I'm craving a franchise burger. So with fries, maybe cheesy fries, even like. Maybe, we don't have Five Guys, we don't have Wendy's, we don't have that back home. We do have McDonald's and Burger King, but McDonald's, Burger King, that's the vibe.
Right.
Obviously also pizza, but getting that
You need
proper
an
burger.
In-N-Out burger. That's what you need.
In-N-Out. So
You need
that's
an
it.
In-N-Out burger.
I've had an In-N-Out burger. Maybe it wasn't the best In-N-Out. Maybe I chose not the best burger. I don't know, but
I don't know.
it wasn't that amazing. Whereas I've had a Five Guys burger. Oh, I've had a Wendy's burger, and that was amazing.
Yeah.
Talking about making weight, cutting weight. Matt, can you talk? Is Matt? Okay.
Hey.
Well, this is what I'm going to do. I was just explaining to them about, when you throw the softball and you let them take over. Matt, one of our co-hosts, is back in the station in Tampa, St. Pete. He invented, and I'm going to let him explain it to you, the pizza diet.
Oh, wow. This
is legit. So, we need to get you to Tampa Bay so that you can experience this. In 2 minutes or less, talk about the pizza diet. Or not. We're having problems at the studio.
It makes you mute.
Yeah. So he invented a pizza diet, and then he won a natural bodybuilding contest. Cut weight. I won't show you the pictures because they're disgusting. I mean, I don't want to look at his body with no shirt and all that stuff. But
and it's oily.
Yeah, it's just bad. But he did invent the pizza diet, and it works.
And this is also not like a Liver King thing where he took a load of hormones and stuff to go along with it. He did it naturally.
Are you back? Can you talk for a minute? All right, you're out. But anyway, we'll get you all the information.
Well, do
you ever get around, the States?
Yeah, for sure. I come and train here quite often. Whenever I get a chance, I do my fight camps back home. My team CIT back in Pretoria, South Africa. So that's it's always been the only team I've ever been with since turning pro.
Yeah.
And but I also cross train with now Killcliff Killcliff FC with Henry Hooft and the guys down in South Florida.
Right. So we need to get in contact. I'll take care of. I'll get the hotel. So when you get down to South Florida, we're in Central Florida. My producer has a limo. You'll have full access of the limo.
Oh, yeah.
We'll get you there. We'll get you on the pizza diet. We'll do all that stuff for you.
Oh, that sounds great. So I'll come down for a 4 week, 6 weeks, and we'll just be on the pizza diet and see how that works out.
We'll see.
And then maybe notify the UFC. Listen, I'm changing weights. Really?
Well, if it works, let them know that Knockout Radio took care of you.
Yeah, 100%.
If it doesn't work, you don't know me.
Yeah, we have nothing to do with it. It was just a suggestion.
I have nothing to do with it. So real quick, let's talk about Saturday. Thoughts on your opponent, or do you not even care who your opponent is?
Yeah, well, I mean, as a whole, like I never really care about who my opponent is. For me, it's never a person stepping in there with me. It's an object. So you're not putting a face on your opponent helps me to always keep it the eyes on the goal, not on the person. Yeah. I'm not there to play the guy. I'm there to play the win. And obviously, I'm fighting Darren Till. He's a massive name in the division and the sport as a whole. He's one of the probably more well-known guys in the UFC. And incredible athlete. He's had a skid for a while now. And this is, for him, obviously a big make or break fight. But to me, this fight means absolutely everything. It's the biggest fight of my career. And, I know it does matter who my opponent is because this is going to propel me into those big leagues.
I was
like,
gonna, yeah,
next level.
Yeah, we were just gonna say that one thing that I always think you have a platform whenever you finish a fight. When you're speaking with Joe, you're speaking with Bisping. You have a other than the actual fight to promote yourself and your style. You always have this opportunity to speak to the world, and you did it beautifully when you started to call out people like Darren Till, because your style.
You're off.
It was going to be a beautiful point as well.
Yeah, I can't wait to hear that. I was like,
don't you love it?
I was wondering if you're setting me up for some commercial.
When are you heading back?